Well, hello and good morning to Rowan School. No, Rowan class at Probus School. Wake up, wake up, answer the questions properly. Hello, my name's Alice Humphreys. I am the author of The Boy Who Biked the World books. Thank you so much for reading those, and also books like The Girl Who Rode the Ocean, if you're up for more adventures, and some picture books like Against the Odds, where you guys have sent me in some fantastic questions. So, shall we get on and do it? Let's see if I'm able to read questions whilst also speaking to the computer. It seems that I am. This is good news. Right, question one. Martha says, when did you decide to bike the world? So when I went to university, I got really interested in reading travel books. I've got loads of travel and adventure books and fantastic magazines like National Geographic's. So I really used to enjoy reading those and dreaming of doing adventures. So I started doing some quite big bike rides in my summer holidays, and they got bigger and bigger and bigger until I thought, when I finish university, once I've got my all my work done, my qualifications, then I'm going to go. So it was a few years of daydreaming and then about 1 year of planning. Max says, what was your favorite part in the books? You guys have read part 1 on the road to Africa. I think my favorite part in the book is probably when the two border guards meet each other at the border between Sudan and Ethiopia, and they hopefully remind us that quite often we think badly about other people and other countries when we don't really know the truth of what those places are like. And a brilliant thing about traveling to different countries is to learn that different people, different cultures, we're all pretty much the same. Decent people just trying to get on with life. So I enjoyed writing that part of the book. Isabelle said, did you take electronics with you? Wow. I cycle around the world with no phone, no PlayStation, no laptop. And there's two reasons for this. One is that I'm really old and I did this trip before social media, before people had TikTok or Instagram, before people had phones. So and so that was one reason for it. Another reason was that I'm really glad to have done it like that, a simple way to be away from the distractions of screen time and the temptation to just look at stuff rather than looking at the world around me. So I did the whole trip with no electronics. The only thing I had was a camera and a head torch. Does that count as electronics? High tech, a head torch for lighting up at night. Oskar, why did you choose to bike the world? Well, mostly because I loved reading other people's stories and adventures, and that encouraged me to go and explore the world for myself. Rhett, did you actually bike the world? Rhett doesn't believe me. No, don't tell anyone, Rhett, but I actually made it all up. I learned everything on Wikipedia, and I did all the photos using AI. Shh. Our little secret. What was your favorite thing about the trip, Layla? You see, Rhett, Layla believes that I cycled around the world. Yes, I like Layla. She believes me. My favorite thing were all the different people I met, the different cultures, just friendly, decent people in loads of countries. That's just so cool to get to make friends all around the world. How did you go to the toilet? Asks Tom. Well, my advice would be, find a nice bush, make sure no one's around, no one's watching, and then just sit back and enjoy the view. It's fantastic. Lorelei. I'm pretty sure I pronounced your name wrong, but it's a very nice name, Lorelei. Well, actually, you know what your name sounds like? It sounds very much like Laurie Lee, who can answer your question of what is your favorite book. Look, my favorite book is by Laurie Lee. It's called As I Walked Out One Midsummer Morning. It's about walking through Spain, playing the violin very well, and a wonderful trip. I decided to recreate that journey myself, and I played the violin very badly through Spain. In fact, if you want to have a good laugh, go onto YouTube and type in My Midsummer Morning and watch me playing the violin very badly through Spain. It was a brilliant. I loved it. It was a great adventure. Harry, how old was I? I was 24 when I set off, and I was just about 29 when I got home. Charlotte, what inspired you to bike the world? Is reading other people, really. I think I've discussed that already. Yeah, it was reading other stories. Evie, why did you write the story? A few reasons. I wrote the story because I like reading books, so I wanted to try and write a book. I wrote the story because I wanted to try and share with young people some of the good stuff that's out in the world, the nice people in lots of different countries, the interesting places that you can visit, all the good stuff of the world that you tend not to see if you just read all the bad news on in the newspapers or see it on TV. So I wanted to share that the world's a wonderful, kind, decent, exciting place to explore. And then the third reason I wrote it is because writing books is my job. So I wanted to get some money. So thank you to your school for buying some books because, yeah, writing is my job. It's how I pay for my life these days. What animals did you see? Said Theodore. I saw lots of cool animals in Africa. Elephants and crocodiles and giraffes. I think the best place I saw for animals, though, was cycling through the Americas. So that would be part 2 if you decide to read that book, where I saw some grizzly bears, and that was really exciting and felt quite wild. That was me hiding a yawn through some very good singing. How long did it take you? Asked Grace. It took me 4 years to bike around the world. Oscar says, how much water did you take? Well, I'd fill up water along the way whenever I got to a town or a village, but in hot places and empty places, I had to carry a lot. So, for example, in the Andes, I was often carrying 10 litres. In Sudan, I was carrying 18 litres, which is pretty heavy going. But normally, most days, I'd carry 2 or 3 litres, and then I'd try and get an extra 2 litres before I camped for the evening, so I could use that for cooking and washing up and brushing my teeth. Molly, what was your favourite country? I get asked that question literally every time I do a Q&A, and I think I do a different answer every time because there's so many cool places. I'm going to try and give you an answer I haven't given yet. Costa Rica. Beautiful wildlife. They've got a really good government who prioritize looking after nature and the environment. Fantastic waves, if you like surfing, and a lovely sort of national slogan called Pura Vida, pure life, which just means, yeah, it's sort of, hello, life's cool. Yeah, this is great. Pura Vida, a pure life. They're really into nature and the outdoors and lovely. What was the favorite thing you saw? Says Oskar. Oh, that's a hard question. Favorite thing. And the pyramids are pretty cool. Great Wall of China's pretty cool. Eiffel Tower's pretty cool. Golden Gate Bridge, pretty cool. Rio de Janeiro, the giant statue of Christ the Redeemer, that is cool because I arrived in South America by boat on a sailing boat across the ocean from Africa, arriving at night and seeing that statue lit up as I arrived in South America. That was pretty cool. April, what was it like to bike the world? Well, it was 4 years of my life, so it's kind of like saying to you, what's your life like? And I'm sure you would say to me, well, some days are boring, some days are good, some days I'm tired. So it's kind of like normal life, but with every day, lots of exercise, sleeping somewhere new every night, which is both exciting, but also quite tiring and a bit lonely, meeting cool new people, which is great, but also saying goodbye to those people and being a stranger, which is a bit lonely. So I think really it was the best of times and the worst of times all rolled into one, ups and downs. But it was kind of just like living my life for 4 years, but in a different sort of way. Hamish, how did you survive in the wild? Well, I'm not Bear Grylls. I'm not really a survival guy. So the way I would survive in the wild is go to a shop, buy loads of food to get me all the way through the wild, and then buy some more food when I got to the other side. Jake, did anyone else go with you? No, I went on my own, but I did have a few friends who came to join me along the way, join me for little bits of it. So it was nice to have some company. Type more singing. Gosh, I'm very sorry to be yawning. It's very rude. Vinny, how old are you when you started writing stories? Well, I guess I started writing stories at school, like you guys. You guys are writers and you're readers. And if you want to be a good writer, the secret is to read lots of books. Read, read, read. Reading will help with whatever you want to do in life. It's the coolest secret superpower. Vinny asked, sorry, Scarlett asked about water. I talked about water. Molly, did you make any animal friends? Wow, Molly, I don't think anyone has ever asked me that before. Did I make any animal friends? Well, I'm guessing you're not referring to the dog that I ate, or the cat that I ate, or the guinea pig that I ate. But yeah, I met lots of nice pet dogs. I guess people's pet dogs along the way. But I don't think I made any friends, but yeah, some pet dogs. It might have been cool to have gone with a pet parrot to keep me company along the way. By the way, I am now a vegan, so I don't go eating nice animals anymore. Millie says, did you like going through the little villages? Yes, Millie, I loved that. I really liked being out in the wild in the middle of nowhere, but I also really enjoyed getting to villages and meeting new people and chatting and seeing the different way people live their life. If you look where you guys live, you're in Cornwall, you look around the little villages and they seem sort of normal to you. But imagine if someone from a little village in Africa or China or a giant city in South America came to where you live, they'd look around thinking, wow, this is such a different way of living life. So I really enjoyed seeing normal people living their lives in lots of different places. Well, thank you very much for all your excellent questions. And thank you very much for reading my book. And good luck with all of your own adventures. Bye-bye.